someone. But I think every character adds to the story in a great way, and I think every character exists, in the real world.
What about Gregory?
What about Gregory? Well, Gregory's just a coward. Like, I don't think there's anything really to hate about him, because in reality it's just our ineffectiveness at dealing with him. Like, Jesus probably should have stepped up and told him to shut up and like stop being such an idiot. But he didn't. I think people like that are allowed to behave in the way that they behave without being checked. So no, I mean Gregory's just an idiot, and he's a coward.
I was wondering how he got so far,
because it was easier, because he's such a dick, that it's easier to let him just do what he wants to do. It's like, yeah, okay, he cares about having that painting. Okay, let him have the painting and the gin and whatever it is he wants, otherwise he'll just bitch and moan for hours about how he was this and that before the outbreak. It's just like, okay, Gregory, you go and sit in the big house and cool.
This is what happens today, Let him have the White House.
Terrible hairstyle.
Gregory doesn't have nuclear weapons though.
That's true.
But yeah, no, I think he was just like fine. But then he became dangerous with the Negan situation, and then that was like, okay, we need to deal with this. So it probably got a little bit too far. But honestly, he would have just been more of a pain in the ass if they didn't just let him. Because he wasn't really making any major decisions, or he was acting like he was, and he doesn't even know anyone's name. He like walks around and is like, You, I don't know your name, but you do that, and I'm in charge of this place, and everyone just ignored him, basically.
Sorry.
The question was, is there a reason, maybe you think there's a reason why they killed off Aaron, so that maybe in the future season... Eric. Sorry. So maybe they're shipping some Aaron and Judith thing in the future episodes?
Like I said earlier, I think there's always the possibility. But everyone asks me about that, and I'm like, Eric just died! Like 24 hours ago in the timeline of the show. And it was like, so Jesus and Aaron. We're like, Jesus Christ, okay, just give it a moment. Give it 2 days at least. So I don't know, we'll see. That's probably more a question for the grieving boyfriend than Jesus. So how long does it take you to get over your husband who you just watched become a walker? I think it's at least a year. I don't know what it usually is for someone, Okay, so how long should I give it after my husband was eaten? I don't know, we'll see. So let it play out a bit, and maybe in a year or two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hallo. Erstmal nice to see you in real life. Thank you for coming. Ich werde es lieber auf Deutsch stellen. Wenn du von Anfang an dabei gewesen wärst, Tom, für welche Rolle hättest du am ehesten vorgesprochen?
If you would have... Did you understand that? What do you think it was?
No, I don't mind.
Coward?
Just say yeah. I'm being Gregory in this situation. I know exactly what you think. What did you say?
She asked if you would have been sort of at the beginning of the show offered a role, what role would have been interesting for you?
Good question. I think at the beginning of the show, the best role was Shane. Definitely. And that was the first role that they cast. They cast John Bernthal in Shane before they cast Rick. And John did an amazing job. And that's just a great role that he had to play the best friend who's, he ends up sleeping with the wife, or Rick is, and then that was just such a great dynamic. And then his death was pretty cool as well. So yeah, I think Shane.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just ask you something? Because you had the audition, and then a week later you were already filming. How surreal was that?
It was completely bizarre. I got cast on a Friday, and I thought I was going to be in Europe for a while at that point, and my girlfriend is Swedish, and she was in Stockholm. And I had to be in America on Monday. Well, no, they wanted me to go straight away on Friday, and I was like, hang on a second. My girlfriend's gonna kill me if I go to Atlanta and tell her, I don't know when I'm gonna see you again. She would absolutely kill me. So I went to Stockholm for the weekend, and then went to Atlanta on the Monday.
And bought loads of roses and loads of things to calm her down.
Yeah, don't worry. I made sure she was okay. And then I went to America on the Monday, and I think I started shooting a week later. But I was in Atlanta. I got straight off the plane and went to the set for makeup tests and meeting people. And they were shooting the finale, the mid-season finale of 6. So Glenn was running along, Stephen Yeun was running along the fence, firing a machine gun. Everyone was covered in blood, loads of walkers. And Andrew Lincoln and I had a conversation in the porch of one of the houses in Alexandria, where he came and said hi and said, "Oh, welcome to the madness." And he's covered in blood. I was like, wow, this is completely insane. And I've known Andy for a long time because we worked on stuff together, and we're from the same town in England. So that was bizarre as well, because he uses his American accent all the time. So that was weird. I was like, "Oh, hi, Andy." He was like, "Oh, hi, blah, 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 blah." I was like, okay, this is so bizarre. So then I used my American accent because I didn't want to mess him up. So it was just very bizarre and very, very quick. And then we had the fake beard and the fake hair, and I kind of got through that first season by the skin of my teeth. Although that first episode is so fun, and I now know how fortunate I was with that first episode and how it made a big impact straight away, and it was really fun for everyone doing it, actually. And even though I look at pictures of that episode and I hate it because I don't look like I want to look, I still recognize that there was a great introduction, and I'm very fortunate.
Lovely. Nächste Frage.
Hi, I've got a question. Like, have you read the comics before The Walking Dead was out?